Hey, yo guys, so today we are going to be reacting to we're going to be reacting to My Story Animated, and yeah, so the video that we're going to be reacting to is I am 16 and still in grade 5, but I am pretty. I don't know why you had to add the I am pretty, but yeah, let's jump right on into this world haters.
My Story Animated will give $1,000 to one lucky person who subscribes in the next 7 days. Tell your friends, your sister, brother, and mom to subscribe now. Hi, my name is...
I hate YouTube channels that do that. Like, oh my god, that flipping take time out of your day to do this big thing for like over 10 seconds. I just say mine quickly, like in 3 at the end of the video. Flipping. So yeah, make sure to subscribe and like the video. So yeah. Managed to squeeze that in there. Alright, let's jump
Bree. And I was never very good at school. Like, ever. It was just always so hard. Even if I tried, I could hardly...
School isn't that hard. Oh my god. I even know people that have dyslexia. I'm trying to diss this person.
I ever focus with all the noisy kids and the screaming teachers. And I hated the piles of homework. You see, it's not like my...
Everybody hates homework, okay? Everybody. I mean, everyone.
Parents ever helped me with it. In fact, they just made it really difficult to study because they were the loudest people on earth. They'd do nothing but watch TV, play music, or have parties. It took me 2 tries to pass first grade. Mom told me back then that I was special and needed more time than other kids. She paid the 2nd grade teacher to let me pass even though I failed every test and never turned in any homework. She gave her $1,000 and promised free haircuts at her hair salon. My parents also lied to their friends about me.
Bree? Oh, she's so smart. Smartest one in her class, in fact. It's a good thing we enrolled her in that private school on the other side of town. They really focus on gifted kids there.
It's one of the best schools in the country. Almost guaranteed she gets into college. They lied and lied and lied. But one day, the truth came out. I accidentally heard my parents talking.
Why can't she be smart like our friends' kids? She's nothing but an embarrassment.
No, honey, she's not. She's special.
She just learns slower, that's all. That's what dyslexia does, and that's what I'm imagining this girl has, so... Yeah, she just learns slower. That doesn't mean she's gonna flip and be in grade 5 for the rest of her life. Oh my god.
She just needs time.
Listen to me very carefully. She's not special. She is dumb.
And for the first time...
She's a fucking dumbass. Flippin'. And send her off to the adoption land. To the cutting board she goes. Ching.
In my life, I knew Dad was right. When I got to the 5th grade, I found out it was much harder than every other year before.
I'm actually going into 5th grade this year. So, yeah, but I got, I believe, 3 A+ in grade 4. My school does it from 1 to 5. So, yeah, it's kind of hard to measure A+ in my school.
I would sometimes cry at night into my pillow because I found everything so difficult and just felt so dumb. And it didn't help at all that
I can't even tie my shoes. That's just something I wanted to throw in there. I can't even tie my shoes.
Cranky old teacher, Miss Anderson, was so mean. I was 12 when I started in Miss Anderson's class and failed the first try.
I can't believe I'm going to have you in my class again. Start working harder, Bree. Being pretty won't get you anywhere in life.
Well, at least that's one nice thing everyone agreed on. I was really pretty, and thanks to Mom's beauty salon, I always looked perfect at school. I could see other girls eyeing...
Nobody cares fucking pretty, man. Nobody.
Me enviously, but they didn't know that I envied them. I would trade my looks for brains any day. I was running a little late on the first day of my second time in 5th grade, and Miss Anderson wasn't in the classroom when I walked in. All the kids chanted...
My mom's actually asleep. I record all my videos around 12 p.m., so Yeah,
together.
I'm just
Good
trying to-
morning, Miss Anderson. The new dummies thought I was the teacher? Good morning, class. Today, we're going to have some fun with math. I grabbed a marker and started writing on the whiteboard. If a grumpy old woman started teaching math 25 years ago when she was 60 years old, how old is she today? 85. Oh, use your indoor voices, kids, but good job. Now, what if... What do you think you're doing? There was Miss Anderson in the doorway, breathing like a dragon. She did not look happy when she saw the math problem on the board. And well, she sent me to the principal's office. Days later, I became friends with Melinda. Now,
You can't prove that she was talking about you. But I'm pretty sure you can send someone to the principal's office for impersonating, so... yeah.
she was a little genius. She could spell all sorts of gigantic words, do math sums in her head, and rattle off the entire periodic table.
Has anyone noticed that girls are kind of flipping smarter than boys? Because well, no, there's some subjects that I can destroy people in, like history and
Became a
social.
little obsessed with her.
can wreck
I wanted to
anyone.
find out more about what made her so smart. So of course, I decided to follow her home one day. While she was having lunch downstairs, I snuck into her room to take a peek, and I gasped. I'd never seen so many books in my life. I saw a box of chocolates on her desk and quickly popped a few into my mouth. Maybe eating these made her smarter. Just then, I turned around in horror to see Melinda and her parents behind me. They thought I was some kind of kidnapper or thief, but they seemed even more weirded out when Melinda told them I was in her class. Yeah, she's super dumb. She probably got lost and thinks this is her house. Now go away, stupid. And I ran off before I got into any trouble. Of course, Melinda never spoke to
Oh, get burned. You just got burned by a smart person. You know, smart people can't burn. Oh, no.
me again. I finished the 5th grade by some miracle. On my first day of the 6th grade, a boy named Dante showed up to drop off lunch for his little sister. I knew him the moment I saw him. He was one of the smart people I was stalking on Facebook. He was in 10th grade and just so cute. He started walking towards me because I was sitting next to his sister. I wanted to impress a smart guy like him. So I jumped onto the bench, sat like a chimpanzee, and started eating a banana. Are you okay? Never better. Do you know that chimpanzees eat 150 pounds of bananas each day? That's a lot of bananas, actually. Are you done with your amount of bananas for the day?
They actually don't, so suck it.
Did he just call me a chimpanzee? Which one is yours? Mine? I have only one banana. What? Which one is your brother or sister? Oh, that one. That one's mine. I pointed to some random boy on the playground. That's not your brother, Bree. You don't have one. I was mortified.
you
Now he'd caught me
destroyed.
lying to him, and he already thought I wasn't smart. Bree's in my class, Dante. So you're a 6th grader? Can
And she's
someone
a
be this
dumbass?
dumb? I know you're, like, super pretty, but that doesn't mean you just stop using your brain, you know? What a total jerk. His sister poked me in the ribs and grinned. He likes you. Well, I barely finished the 6th grade as well. And when I went to middle school,
Oh,
I
so
finally
finished.
understood what hell meant. Mean girls were making fun of me all the time for being...
I live in Canada, so we don't have middle school here. So, yeah. And, yeah, that just means I get to go to high school earlier than you, so suck it!
older and dumb. It's not like they were any smarter. All they cared about was makeup and fashion. Since I was an expert in makeup and hair, eventually the girls started becoming friends with me, and I really liked being the popular girl, and I almost forgot about me not being smart enough. That is until one day I accidentally found out that my so-called girlfriends were having a study session with the smartest boys in the class before the exams. When I asked why they never told me about these sessions, one of them said, "Bree, you don't need these sessions. It's not like you'll pass the exams. They won't help you with anything."
These are the epitome of dumbasses. These three girls right here are the epitome of looking like a dumbass.
Neither do you. You just go there to make out with the boys. Yeah, it's amazing to kiss and be kissed while studying. But you will never experience that, dummy. I was so mad at her that I threw a book at her, but sadly, it missed. That day, I went home determined to study hard, harder than any other time. But my parents didn't respect my new study habits. They were as loud and obnoxious as ever. One day, before I was studying for a big test, they threw a huge party and invited all their friends. I tried to focus in my room, but the beat was pounding in my ears. Can you guys please keep it down? I'm trying to study.
What for? You're not going to graduate anyway.
Mom elbowed Dad to shut up, but he was a jerk and got even louder. Once when I was in the 9th grade, I was studying in the library and a boy at the table next to me got up and scraped his chair across the floor. It was so loud that I screeched and I instantly covered my ears. He came to me and said,
"What's wrong?"
"You didn't hear that? The chair was so loud, it hurt my brain." He looked at me for a second and said that I might have a condition similar to his.
And it's called hyperacusis.
What?
Hyperacusis is oversensitivity to sound. You hear things much louder than they really are. I'm sure it affects your concentration too, just like me.
After some tests, it turned out that he was right. I was really happy because it meant that I wasn't actually stupid. I just had trouble focusing because of my condition. So from that day on, I made sure to always cover my ears with headphones when studying. I studied really hard for a math exam and was sure I'd get a high grade, but I only got a D.
Oh, so you actually thought that headphones would help you with anything? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard, even from someone as dumb as you.
Stop it. I keep telling you, she's not dumb. She's special. And that day, I just snapped. Both.
Okay. Does your dad do anything that makes him smart?
Produce at Walmart is fresh, the variety is amazing, and that's why Walmart is my go-to.
Of you, just cut it out. Dad, I thought my intelligence was my biggest problem, but having you as a father is the worst thing that has happened to me. And Mom, I'm not special. Do you need to believe I'm special to love me? I'm your daughter. You should accept me and love me just as I am. And with that, I stormed off. The next day, I left my parents for good. I was old enough to move out, and I got a waitressing job after school. And well, I really loved it. After my shift, I'd often sit at the cafe with my headphones on and do my homework. One day while I was studying, I looked up to see a handsome guy sitting in front of me. It was Ethan. He came to the cafe regularly, and I had such a crush on him ever since he told me that he was some data analyst.
Hey, you didn't hear me with those headphones on, and you look really busy with your chemistry homework. Which grade are you in?
Oh my God, he'd seen what I was working on. This was so embarrassing. I'm almost about to graduate high school. You must think I'm really dumb now, huh? He took my hand and my heart fluttered.
No, I think it's amazing you're putting yourself through school. The only thing that matters is that you're educating yourself. And there's no time or age limit on it. Also, will you go out with me?
Our first date was on Christmas, and I wished Ethan Happy Christmas, but he said he was Jewish, so I said, Happy Jewish then. Ethan burst out laughing, thinking I was joking, and I realized what I'd said only after I got home, and I cringed so hard. So from that moment on, I kept reading a lot of stuff before meeting him, and I kept a notebook with me to write down all his comments, so I could mention them again to show him I was smart. A year later, Ethan proposed to me, and I said yes. He invited all his smart, intelligent friends to the wedding. And it was so intimidating, especially the smart female colleagues. I just started crying while dancing with Ethan in front of everyone, but they all thought it was happy tears. For the next 2 years, we kept trying to get pregnant, but it didn't happen. Ethan told me not to worry about it, but I started feeling even more insecure. Everybody could be a mom. Was I going to fail at this too? To our delight, I got pregnant a few months later and gave birth to a beautiful baby girl, Anna. The minute I saw her face, I knew I would be a good mom. And I was. Once, Anna didn't stop crying and I noticed her lips were slightly blue. I immediately knew something was wrong and we had to take her to the hospital. When the doctor checked her, he was impressed. He looked into my eyes and said,
"That's actually really smart that you were able to spot the problem right away."
That was the first time someone said that to me, and it was a freaking educated doctor. From that moment, I started to understand that it was okay not to be perfect or the smartest. I could still be someone who could raise a good kid and do good in the community. 3 years later, it's Anna's first day at school today, and I can't wait to learn all sorts of new things from her.
Okay, so that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!